Well, this is gonna hurt to go over, but welcome. We're gonna be getting into my Bears versus the Vikings from Monday Night Football. We're just gonna try to get right into it. Um, I believe they couldn't have done any better as far as a home opener. Had a great tribute to the '85 team for the anniversary year. Um, Jim Cornelison singing the national anthem. If you know who Jim Cornelison is, he's done the Blackhawks forever, and it's always a great time, or it's always a great anthem whenever he's in the building. Um, Inactives for the Bears that I took note of: Jalen Johnson out, Kyler Gordon out, Roshan Johnson out, T.J. Edwards out. A good chunk of our defense was gone. Wouldn't have been able to tell it though by the first quarter, or even the second, but starting off with the first quarter, Bears got the job done on the first drive against Minnesota. Got a huge sack on third down. Ended up getting Minnesota to punt, and then the Bears' first drive went off without a hitch. Um, Caleb was looking good in the pocket. Let me see how else I wrote because I got the handwriting of a doctor. Um, One thing, it might have been a small thing, but it's something way different than what I noticed last year, is when the play clock was running down in that first drive, Caleb realized it with about at least like 2 seconds, 3 to 2 seconds off, and instantly just took a timeout. If that would have been Matt Eberflus, we would have got a delay of game right there, instantly. I just thought it was a very subtle thing that Caleb has that awareness, when last year it didn't seem like Caleb had a lot of that awareness. He was just trying to figure everything out with not paying attention to the play clock at all. So I thought that was great. Then the great run and throw to Roma Dunze. That was great. Forced Minnesota to call a timeout. Minnesota was very confused on the defense from the get. Um, Caleb pretty much owned that first drive. Had a great run in touchdown for himself. Bears are up 7-0. Very strong run, lowering his shoulder, making sure he gets in past the pylon. It was great. Then the second drive for the Vikings came out. Bears got another great stop. Needed to finish tackles. It wasn't a big issue at the beginning, but a great stop. But a great stop, and they were getting good pressure on the ball. And that was about almost 5 minutes left on the clock in the first. Uh, Bears' second drive started at the 25. Caleb had more good scrambles for first down. DJ Moore with him rushing. It had been talked about that they were going to do this, but I feel like in order for us to get to that point, we need to be able to establish an the offense we were already supposed to have produced last year. I'm all for changing certain things up and DJ Moore running the ball more. I can totally be up for that. But we just have to get down to it. And then the first of 12. The first of 12 penalties. Um, Darnell Wright got the first one. Loveland had a nice catch right after that. And third down screenplays. Why? Why are we going back to Matt Eberflus, Matt Nagy, Mark Trestman style offense? That's I'm not gonna say that's when I started to question what's happening, but offensive wise, when we came out so strong on the first drive, what the heck are we doing that we almost took 3 steps back by doing a third down screen when if we could have just pushed it, we could have just pushed it forward with a nice planned run play or something like a short route to a tight end, something just to convert. That would have been nice. Torrey Taylor punts the ball, puts them down at about the 10. Bears defense comes out again, and that is the end of the first quarter. Bears 7, Vikings 0. Start at the second quarter. Vikings are starting at around the 30-yard line from what they were able to do before. Excuse me. Um, with what they were able to do before the second started. Uh, Second Bears penalty, the pass interference on Wright. Um, with Jalen not being in there, with Jalen Johnson not being in there, with um, Kyler Gordon not being back there, Wright was going to get targeted. And they showed it, and they tried it again later on, but that one had a different outcome. From the minute that they knew that they were going to start getting Justin Jefferson and Wright in one-on-ones, Kevin O'Connell tried to expose that. And on this one, it worked. It, Wright was in a bad position, didn't look back for the ball, didn't do anything or give him any kind of separation after the initial contact part. But second penalty for the Bears on Wright for the PIT. Um, I said the defense needs to start locking it in because Minnesota was kind of making it look like they were starting to get some headway. Uh, Good loss of yards play on third down. Good job staying strong. The Bears were able to hold them to a field goal. Bears 7, Vikings 3 at this point. For the kick return, the Vikings got an illegal formation on the kickoff. So heck, we'll at least take that. It was a great pass to DJ Moore to start off. False start again on the Bears. I'm pretty sure that one was on Jackson. Jackson did not have a great game. He did not. Um, it just hurts to see it because again, we've been doing this carousel with the offensive line for so long, and we don't know where the progress is being made at, especially with two false starts already, one being on Darnell Wright, and then the other one being on Jackson. Uh, I put down third and short. We needed to convert, and then another false start again. One right after the other. It's simple plays, and I don't know how in your home opener how you are getting false starts at home when so far you're keeping the game in control and you're keeping the pace, and all you're doing is just waiting for the cue, and you're waiting on the snap count from Caleb in the center. I don't know how you are doing that. Uh, Fourth down, Bears go for it. 4th and 3. Bears timeout with 8:59 left. Um, yeah, that this was the other questionable. The other questionable issue was to either kick and take the points, I believe. That's how far down we were. We were getting close to the red zone. And I think this was the one where we should have kicked it. Because the play went completely nowhere. Turnover on downs. Vikings came out for their fourth drive. Um, Put them back at a 3rd and 4. Needed to get the stop. Stopped it just short of the first. Vikings punted the ball back to the Bears with 7:56:52 left. Caleb had a batted down pass. I want to say that I think this was no, what was no, no. I think this was not the was this the Darnell Wright hold or where did that go? Was that not way later in the game? I feel like that was way later in the game. Oh yeah, because yeah, okay, that was way later in the game. No, so then I put down, but we did have a holding call on that drive also. And then I had put down bad drive. The O line is starting to look weak and is starting to get pressured really hard. And even though Caleb is was getting the ball out faster in that first drive, the O line throughout the game was starting to give up less and less of a pocket for him. Did the did at times it look like he had clearer pockets? Yeah, he did. But it it just started looking bad and that O-line was not getting any penetration for the run game. Some people are saying that Swift did what he needed to do, but I think Swift looked bad. It didn't look like Swift was hitting any gap, if any, that the O-line was giving him, and I just don't believe that he was getting the job done. And it's really making me wonder what we are doing with Swift at this point. Torrey Taylor punched the ball away with 5:52 left on the clock. Defense needs to keep up the big work. No big plays, no penalties. Flag for holding on the Vikings. That puts them back at 1st and 20 for Minnesota. Pass is batted down by Edmonds. Great job. The defense gets to J.J. McCarthy for 3rd and 20. And then that's the infamous where he's wanting the play clock. Again, I don't I if he came right out of the huddle and he did that, they might have given it to him. But when he's literally standing there in shotgun and he's looking to get that play clock, they're not going to honor that, and they did not. Even though Kevin O'Connell fought really hard for that to go their way, it did not because he looked like he had no idea what was happening. Bears get the stop. Bears get the ball back at around the 41. Bears need points on this drive. Another false start. That comes out to be the fourth of the game so far, and we're not even at halftime. We're sitting at the 2-minute warning. Um, convert third down with a nice pass. Getting nowhere with the run game. It's not the first time I'm going to be saying that. 4th down and 2. Cairo Santos comes out for the 42-yard attempt. The kick was good. Currently, at this point in the game, Bears are at 10-3. Vikings start at the 32-yard line, and I'm in. And ironic that I wrote this earlier, but I literally wrote Wright is getting cooked. Wright was getting cooked because he was starting to get beat on simple, just straight up juked off of routes. He wasn't being able to catch up to Jefferson at times when I watched it. He wasn't being able to keep up. And Kevin O'Connell was starting to figure that out. Um, let's see. Yeah, Vikings get all the way down the field. Bears end up stopping. Vikings end up kicking a 59-yarder with 1 second left. Did I say that right? No. But no, the kick was good. Bears 10, Vikings at 6. Had a good return at the end of the half. Bears get the ball to start the second half. I think that is when we went into halftime and we came back out. We got the ball at the second half. Everything went downhill from here. All I literally put down, three horrible passes. What the hell? They were literally so the they were just passes that weren't even close. They just didn't go anywhere. Three and out to start. Vikings started around the 50. Penalty on the Bears again. Byard had a great play. Third and long, need the stop. That was when this is when things changed right here. Because again, they were targeting, they were wanting to get the ball to Jefferson because even though McCarthy was getting so much pressure on him, he couldn't get the ball out to Jefferson. Even though Jefferson had been beating Wright drive after drive, he had been beating Wright. But this time, Wright, after a while, Wright kind of figured it out and just honed in on it. And that second that JJ truly believed that all he was looking for was Justin. The second he got an opening in that pocket, he was looking for Jefferson. And he saw Jefferson wide open for about maybe 3 seconds. And Wright was right on top of it and just picked it off and took it back to the house for a pick six. Bears 17, Vikings 6. Um, right after that, the Vikings start out at the 28. Noah Sewell, I think that's how I'm saying his name. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think he did great today. I think he did really good. We ended up getting the sack on JJ, making it 3rd and 13. Delay of game again on the offense. Puts it back to 3rd and 18. Dexter gets the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down, leading to a Vikings punt. Um, we get back on offense again. Flag for holding on the Bears again. Bears start at the 20-yard line. Huge throw to DJ Moore for the first down. Great. Um, another screenplay leading to the Bears going to 3rd and 13. Need to convert. Pass to Loveland for the first down. Or no, that one was short of first down. Pass to Loveland short of first down. And all I put there, bad drive. And that's about all we would get for the rest of the game was bad drives. Um, Taylor punts the ball to the Vikings. 17-14 left in the third quarter. Um, this was the challenge. It was a very weird thing because I didn't know that even if you hit the ball and you don't touch the player as he's down, if you still hit the ball, that technically still counts as down by contact. I've never heard that, didn't understand that that's a thing, but apparently a lot of people believed it was a fumble. I thought it was a fumble, but the NFL wants to make their rules what they are. Then we have 3rd down and 2, need the stop, incomplete pass, dropped by Thielen, turnover on downs, Vikings punt, Bears take the ball back. Finally, a good run by Swift that finally came in the third quarter. First down pass to DJ Moore, moving the chains. Swift with another run. Caleb scramble for a first down. 3:22 left in the quarter. 2nd and 8. Swift ran for 2 yards. Swift Swift for a first down run, 12-yard run. Finally. Then we got a offside on the Vikings, 5-yard penalty. Swift, first down. And I'm like, okay, we're heating up. Good. And yeah, this was it. Flag for holding on Darnell Wright. And even with that, we still could have came back. Even with a BS call, we still could have came back. But did we? No, we did not. First and 20 on the 27 for the Bears. Misses that pass, throws it way in front of Komet. Komet just wasn't fast enough to get there. And then the weird scramble, falling down throw that Caleb did for intentional grounding, putting the Bears at 3rd and 30. Fourth down, field goal range, end of the third. Bears 17, Vikings 6. I'm really starting to wonder about Cairo Santos because it hurts. Start of the fourth quarter, Cairo Santos's kick for 50-yard attempt. No good. Missed it. On the one random chance in Chicago when there's no wind, that ball just it slowly drifted. It was like he kicked it straight up in the air and it just like and it floated away. There was no wind. The flags were not moving. The flags were literally parallel with the goalpost, and he missed. I don't understand it. Vikings at the 46. Huge run by Mason. Tyreek is getting cooked by Jefferson. Tyreek Stevenson, you're becoming a pain in all of our asses as Bear fans. It hurts so much. Second and 5 for Minnesota on the at the 14. Sweat bets down the ball. Then comes down to a Vikings touchdown to Jefferson. 2-point conversion was no good. Flag for hands to the face on the Bears. A retry of the 2-point conversion. And I mean, when it was hands to the face, the fist was right here. And then when he's trying to push forward and make that forward progress, it's getting underneath the hand to the face, got underneath the face mask. So then that's where the ref called it. That one's almost even a 50-50 judgment call, and the ref decided to make that one his judgment call. The second attempt at the point after, Jonathan Owens. Nice stop. That was definitely needed, and I was hoping that that might have turned the tide for us. That, hey, Owens came up for us in a big way there. But did it help us? No. Bears get the ball at 25 to start the drive. 12:09 left in the fourth. Caleb is sacked on first down. The sack count at this point is Bears. Bears had 3 sacks on McCarthy. Vikings only had 1 at that point. Second down, Swift is tackled for a loss, for a very bad loss. Third and 19, a horrible pass. Vikings end up getting the ball, taking the ball and starting it at about the 50. 10:37 left in the game. Vikings 12, Bears 17. Second and 1 after Jones's run. This is when Wright got the cramp that everyone thought he was injured on, but it came out that the sideline reporter and Wright after the game said that it was just cramping. So there's really nothing too much there. Third down, flag on the play for the pass interference on Stevens. I you need to get out of the attitude, Tyreek, of thinking you're not going to get called or you have to always plead your case. Because if you just act like it's an everyday normal play, they probably won't flag you. But if you're going to go down to the ground with somebody with your arm reached over somebody, Try to do everything you can to stay standing up to make it look like you didn't bring him down. Then you probably won't get that flag. I can't say 100% and it's just speculation, but you're probably not going to get that called on you if you don't follow him down to the ground. But I digress. And then after that, everything went to hell. Vikings scored the touchdown. 2-point conversion try is good. Vikings take the lead 20-17. Bears take the ball to the 35. I literally put O-line sucks and cannot play 60 minutes of football because this O-line cannot do it. They truly cannot put together a full game to where they can get things moving, either giving Caleb a big enough pocket or being able to produce a run game. They can. Caleb to Rome for the first down. Then we got 2nd and 14, incomplete pass to Rome and Dunze. And then 3rd and 14, incomplete turnover. And I literally put offense is dead. Then the Torrey Taylor punt is blocked. Mason with a big run. When Vikings get the ball back, Mason with a big run. 2nd and 10, JJ to Hawkinson is short of a first down. 3rd and 1, Jones runs for the first down. 4:50 left in the game. First down for the Vikings, 3-yard run by Jones. And at that point, I literally put the Bears look confused. Everybody didn't look like they knew how to stop what they needed to. They just seemed like they weren't lined up where they wanted to be. And again, Jones, first down, wide open pass. 3:52 left in the game. Mason stopped at the line. Um, 2nd and 11. Jefferson catch. Bears timeout. Only one left because we lost one timeout to the bad challenge. 3rd and 1. 2:59 left. Then the J.J. McCarthy take it in himself touchdown. Vikings 27, Bears 17. Bears get the ball back. Bears to commit, or Bears. Caleb to commit. First down. Caleb, then there's the video. Everything has been going off this week about the airmail to DJ Moore. How are you not throwing that ball in a straight line? I understand you're trying to get the score in that. We still have enough time that we can do that because that gives us way more better of a chance. If you can just throw that ball on a line to DJ, he could easily either fight for the pylon or we get down to the 1-yard line and we at least take 1, 2, if 3 plays, then to get into the end zone. Do what we have to do. But after the complete airmail for DJ, um, 2nd down and 10, incomplete pass. 3rd and 10, incomplete pass. Flag on the Vikings makes it first down. Uh, First down. Caleb throws up that ball for DJ. That's the play that Caleb and DJ got hit really hard on, where DJ literally had to come off the field. It was a whole thing forever. The flag turned out to be roughing the passer. First down. First down inside the 15 with 2:12 left to go. Um, Caleb runs to the 1. First and goal, at the half-yard line. 2nd and 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. Then he throws the touchdown pass to Rome with 2 minutes left. 27-24. Vikings take the ball out of the end zone with 1:55 left. Bears use timeout. 1:47 left. Bears use last timeout. Then we have the third. Then it gets down to a 3rd and 7. Vikings timeout with 2 left. 102 left in the game, 4th and 5. Vikings timeout. They run the clock down all the way to 16 seconds. Vikings punt. 9 seconds left. And then they just tried to run fancy stuff and game over. Vikings come back, beat the Bears 27-24. And at the end of the day, with all of this, it just comes down to Bears being Bears. The culture has shown that it's not changed at all. Like it's the same old, same old. That one hurt a lot more than it should because again, we've had we've had all of the different talks, we've had all of the different press conferences about change and being better and producing more, but that second half showed that nothing has improved at all. It really didn't. There's questions all over the field. Sadly, the two best things that came out of this was the first drive and that the defense held on as long as they did, even with being down three key people. But at the end of the day, it's just a bad football team. It's really just a bad football team. And we have not seen enough improvement at all out of everybody. We haven't. Caleb, the offensive line, and Ben Johnson. Next week is Detroit, man. We can't go flat into Detroit because after losing to the Packers the way that they did, they want blood and they're gonna look for you immediately. And so there's really not a lot I can even talk more about this game without wanting to drink myself silly or just it's it's just we've talked in circles so much about this team and things just don't get better. But things need to drastically get better. Do I think overall long term they'll be fine? I hope, but with this looked bad, especially at home. And other people want to sit there on Twitter and do the whole like, oh, they didn't deserve to get booed out of their stadium. Yeah, they did. They did deserve to get booed out of their stadium because they stunk. They were bad. They were awful. That second half of football was not a football team. That was a I showed up for a paycheck team. It was a horrible, horrible effort by that offense. It was bad. But what the hell are we gonna do? We're on to Detroit. Yippee ki All right. Thank you guys so much for all of the support in that. I hope you guys end up following more as we carry on through this bear season with the ups and downs, the highs and lows, or just the downs and lows by what it looks like right now. It's hard to be optimistic being a Bear fan, but at the end of the day, I I still care for this team for some reason. But thank you again. Go support the other videos. Check out the Twitter up above. You probably have seen quite a bit of my rants on Twitter or X from the game and that, but I should be coming out with these videos with more videos very soon, more college football picks and predictions and that coming out. So, thank you guys so much for all the support. Make sure you do all the stuff you need to do. Have a great time. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you guys back on football weekend.